Join On the Sofa with Esther Sunday, the 9th of June, as she talks to Thomas, singer, musician, performer, as he talks about love, life, spirituality, and music.
For now, it's only love pending. Got me feeling like I'm caught between two worlds, but I can't seem to find the right answer, and I'm so torn apart.
You ready?
I'm ready for it.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. Right, I've been all day for this. I've done a load of interviews today, and just tops my evening off. So welcome, TAThomas, onto my platform.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Now, before I like to ask my guests a rather boring question, but I'm going to ask you it anyway. Who is
Okay.
in a nutshell, in a crab?
Can you say it? Can you say that question one more time?
Yeah. Who is TAThomas in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell?
I feel like TAThomas. Well, I don't feel like I know that TAThomas is a very spiritual guy. He's a family guy. He's a guy that loves people. I'm a lover of earth. I am a creative, a musical creative, but I'm overall just an individual that that have a lot of love to give, and I also just love love. I'm a lover of love.
He's a lover of love. He's a lover's lover. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. And you're an artist, and you're many other things, but you're an artist. I was listening to some of your stuff. I was like blown away because I love
I
that
appreciate it.
R&B vibe. But then you've also got a bit of the old and little bit of the new, and you really bring it together.
Yes, ma'am.
What does and you said you're spiritual, and that's good. That's good because
Yeah.
that means that you can be expansive within your spirituality. It takes you places you could allow yourself to open up to something that's bigger than you, that's within you as well, and create magic.
100%.
So when you are, what does music mean to you? Where does it take you, TA?
Music to me is telling a story. And for me, being a creative, what better story than to than my own? I'm a person grew up very spiritual, been through so much in life, and I know some of the things that I've been through, a lot of people around the world can relate to. And I'm so thankful to God for giving me the gift of being able to put harmonies and melodies and rhythmic patterns together to tell my story, kind of what I've been through in life, and be able to reach people, and also being a man, being vulnerable, being open. That's a big part of what I do, being a guy who's very honest and upfront with my emotions, and to be able to put that stuff into music is kind of what music is to me.
This is so incredible that you said that because I've literally just finished a show that I streamed on Facebook, and it's a Tuesday show called Words of Wisdom. And I
Hmm.
gentleman last week, but he wanted to come back on this week to talk about more about his vulnerabilities, to talk more about his healing, to talk more about his taking accountability and responsibility, but also what is the solution. And then I just feel, yeah, wow, oh, wow, this is going to be excellent. So
Yeah.
using music to tell your story.
Hmm.
Can you share a little bit about some of that journey that you've been through, TA?
Oh wow, just one, being a young man, figuring who I am in love, started dating while in college, and I have an incredible mother who actually passed away in a pandemic. Uh, my father, who's probably one of the best men I know on earth, which I feel one is very important as it relates to young men dating, that they get to see their parents, and get to see their parents in very healthy states in life. And I feel like when I started dating, um, being a guy who in college dating these different girls, and I wasn't really open. I wasn't really open and vulnerable like that. I was still really closed off, really reserved, and I kind of only gave as I kind of felt the need to. And I also have dealt with a lot of trauma and losing people. And it wasn't until I got into therapy that I started to heal, that I started to look back on a lot of older situations in my life. And I actually started reaching out to some of these young ladies, was like, listen, I know it's been 5, 6 years, but I'm in a different place in my life. And, it's a thing where girls are a little bit more mature than men, and it's real. It's a thing. And I had to reach out to some of these young ladies because I'm like, you know what? You you were so patient with me, so graceful. And I was just this unemotional person, and where I am right now, I feel like you deserve an apology. But
Yeah.
mostly, yeah. And so my project called Caught Between Two Worlds, because I felt like, when I joined the music industry, I was stuck between trying to build a career, handle this relationship that I was in, and I was just somewhere in the middle trying to grow in between all of those things. Got these two worlds going on, but also TA, trying to grow, trying to heal, relationship, career, trying to make sure that I'm showing up for myself, pouring out more than I'm pouring in, career, relationship. And that's kind of where my project came from. The first record is called Self Check, because when I started writing this project, it really came from my journal. I opened up my journal and I said, you know what? I know what you want. I just can't give. Sometimes it takes time to heal. I'm tired of pouring from an empty cup. And literally, some of these songs are a direct reflection of my journal. And that was one of the things that I took from therapy, helping me heal the internal so that I could externally be able to put out work that was connecting with people.
Mm. It's interesting. I almost want to say, for one being so young to be in this place of awareness is quite
Yeah.
cool. But then
Been,
that could be seen as a bit of a put down because why not? Why can't
yeah.
place of awareness? And maybe it's because I've been interviewing a lot of the older folk, and for a lot of the older folk, it's taken them a lot longer time to get to that place of
And you want to know something crazy about that question is I have a lot of friends who still have both parents in their life. And I'm just like, God, I wish I could be that old and still have my parents in my life. And, he was revealing to me, I've been through so much at a younger age, that I feel like it kind of like slingshotted me as it relates to wisdom in certain areas, because I had to heal. I had to deal with traumas very, losing a parent at 26. Like, I still need my mom right now, you know?
yeah.
Losing both grandparents right before then, losing a best friend. And I feel like those things kind of made me I had to grow up a little quicker than expected.
Mm. And what was it for you to be open to going to therapy? Because I know sometimes there's a
I,
around that, right?
yeah, I felt like, yeah, man, we hear therapy, oh, we got to sit down and talk to somebody. Oh Lord. You're like, who we finna talk to, man? I'm just finna call up the boys, go get a drink, it'll be all right.
I
But
yeah.
after so many talk with the boys and so many drinks, you come back and you look in the mirror, you was like, nah, this ain't doing the fix. I'm
Mm,
like, I feel like it's a different channel that I need to unlock. And I need to be honest with somebody. And I need to, because I started to feel myself like, if it just felt like I had a block.
okay. Okay.
It felt like something was trying to stretch out in me. And I was just like, uh, uh, uh. And it got to the point where it came to grieving. I couldn't even put pictures of my mom up. I didn't want to grieve. My mind was still trying to put a bandage over it like it never happened,
Mm,
and I was just like, I know there's no correct way to grieve, but I'm like, okay, it's been 2 or 3 years. I need to be at least at the pre-stage. And I don't even feel like I'm there. I'm scrolling past pictures of my mom, and so I felt like I needed to do something. My spirit was yielding me, you need help.
okay, there we go. There we go. And so your body of musical work, I should say, encapsulates that, and I feel it's an outpouring as well as
Hmm.
healing. as well as
Hmm.
hearing as well. So it's almost like it builds into this mushroom, isn't it? But on
Hmm.
level, you just capture the everything of who you are, and you say,
Right.
this is who I am, but also
Yeah.
feeling this. This is this is who you too could be, or this is what you may be feeling, and not realize you're feeling it, but I'm feeling it
Real.
for you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been it's been quite a journey, and I actually you know, people say music saved me. I wouldn't say music saved me. I would say God saved me. Music became a tool that I could use to help save other people. You know, to get more people to, you know, just kind of open up, and especially young men that are dealing with stuff, you know, to kind of express themselves a little bit more. But music, if it wasn't for music, express, I kind of see music as a journal too. And journaling have become one of the most powerful tools, writing it down, the act of writing it down. I didn't know how powerful that stuff was. You know, we always see guys always see girls. Oh, she got her diary, she got her journal. I'm like, oh man, that's that girl stuff, man. I don't know diary. Okay, here I am walking around with a diary now.
La, 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 la.
I, I got a diary, guys.
I mean, this is brilliant. And who was the young lady? I can't remember her name. I do apologize. That
Hmm.
you worked with, because I mentioned it in the correspondence the communication that I sent to you. It was a really
Uh,
I think you might have done a duet with a couple of people. I should have really have remembered her name. Um,
yeah,
but
her name was Mackenzie.
that's it. That's it. That's another one that I saw my friends and my sons follow.
Yeah, yeah, she's an incredible vocalist.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And who are some of the artists who have inspired you, TA?
Wow. Quite interesting. People ask me this question, and they be like, oh, I know he's about to say the Chris Browns, the Usher. Although I love those people, for me, it really was people like Mahalia Jackson,
Mm,
uh, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, um, Nina Simone, uh, BB King, the blues, Johnny Taylor, another big blues guy, uh, uh,
BB King, Benny King. I just interviewed
BB.
BB King.
Yeah, BB King, he's a blues artist from Mississippi. Uh, a lot of the people, man, that I'm a fan of actually was during the civil rights time. I'm really connected to soul, spiritual, because I grew up in church. I'm a preacher's kid,
Mm,
so I was taught at an early age, if it don't feel right, it's it's probably 9 times out of 10. Oh, there we go. If it don't feel right, it's probably 9 times out of 10 not right. And in church, you getting up, you on stage, you got to feel something. You can't just be singing out of flesh.
yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm so intrigued with listening to stuff that I can feel. I always tell people I always want to listen to songs and I almost want to cry almost. Like that's what I look for in music, that feeling.
Yeah. Wow, this is inspiring me even more, because I do the same thing. I go on what I feel and sense, and sometimes it's like a pinprick. I've
Yeah,
to not to ignore that pinprick, because once upon a time I'm like, it's okay, I'll work with it, and God brought
yeah.
me. So if it's a pinprick, I'm listening. And it's no judgment, but it's your that internal sat.
And that thing right there, I feel like it don't matter what age you are, from 1 to 86 to 106. I feel like you know when something feels right. I don't care who the song is by. Like I play stuff for my dad and my uncle's music that I'm creating, and they be like, "Yeah, man, I feel that." I'm like, "Yeah, I know that's it." I don't, you know, in my generation, it's one thing I don't care about AI. It's one thing that you can't beat, and that's human instincts. I feel like we're so reactive to stuff that is like felt, to stuff that is, you know, that we can feel.
Yeah. But do you
Yeah.
think that, I mean, you said your dad instilled in you, to feel into things, because a lot of people don't feel into things. They
Hmm.
did it in the church or not. They just go through a process. And
Hmm. Hmm.
in order to feel, sometimes people feel it's like a weakness, you know, I may not feel it. They just go through a process of stuff. But when you are able to connect and to really imbue and embrace and dig deep into that stuff, it
Mm-hmm.
it brings more depth and richness into,
Yep.
and you're not afraid to go to that depth and richness.
Yep. Yep.
And so then,
Yeah.
sorry, go on. Sorry, go on. Am I
No,
finding?
no, 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 no. No, because that's so real. Like I get so many artist friends of mine. They're just like, T is just like when you when you play, I'm listening to records of theirs and they're just like, man, when you play your stuff back, it's just like and I'm specifically talking about this journey that I've been on since putting out Caught Between Two Worlds. This next body of work is, oh man, it's probably my best work. They come in, it was like I was like, man, at this point. I don't care about being judged, about being the guy. I'm the guy that's gonna cry watching. I'm just like open and honest life have drawn me to become so emotional now. And like I'm so connected to everybody and everything. And I feel like when you're creating music, I tell my friends, I'm like, you need to come into this. What are we talking about? What do I want to say? What's on my heart?
Mm,
And you need to figure out how to getting a musician to build that world, whatever it is, from scratch. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been literally like when you feel it, you hear it, it's just so magnifying.
mm,
Yeah. And like you said, diving into that depth, you got to get there to be able to, because sometimes I get in a session with these artists writing for them and they just don't have anything. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe instead of being an artist, you need to take some time off and see what's going on inside there.
wow.
Yeah. Label signing these artists, and I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. They look good. But they put out a record, they only last for like a year. But are you trying to put out somebody that's gonna be around for a long time that got something to say, that trying to touch a group of people, a multitude of people, you got to unlock something inside. So I can come to this studio and be vulnerable with a writer so they can help you put whatever you got to say into words. You know, gotta be open. You gotta be willing to be open to go there. Let's talk about those traumas and stuff, but I know that's not easy stuff to talk about.
Absolutely. God, I can keep you talking forever because, this, and it's so interesting because people say to me, well, how do you do it? You're supposed to be talking about music, and then it dives into this really deep space. But, the platform allows the energy of that to be. I've interviewed so many different legends and pioneers, and I mean Gerald Alston from the Manhattans, Kiss and Say Goodbye. He was on a show last year, and he goes, Esther, you allow me to be me. I interviewed another major group, and the female, she started crying, and the other guy, he was saying, I need to talk to you, but because it allows them the space to be authentically themselves. I'm about authenticity. I don't care. I am not selling out on that. I'm about authenticity. And so where for TA in 2024, what else can we expect? Where are you going? I know are you touring? Are you touring this year? You are,
I'm
aren't
I'm definitely I'm first getting ready to put out a new body of work
you?
that's coming out soon. I'm about to release a single in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
But I'm definitely touring this fall. Can't speak too soon on it because I want everything to to fall through as I'm praying it will. But this journey that I'm on right now is I've been out in LA for like about 9, 10 years, and my spirit was like, yo, we got to go back home. Like, I want to go back to Mississippi. I need to dive more into my roots, this thing that kind of influenced me to get into music. So we got a very niche genre of music called Southern Soul back in Mississippi. And it's like a combination of gospel, R&B, and the blues. When you think about people like B.B. King and Aretha Franklin, David Ruffin, they're babies of Southern Soul. So I went back home on this project. I went back to Mississippi. I went back to Nashville, and I recorded some of these records, and I dove into a lot of my roots. So I feel like this body of work that's about to come out, this is TA.
Next level. Wow, you've got to let me know about that.
Yeah.
Are you coming to London?
I plan to be back, and I think I'm actually going to come over for you guys. Got a couple of fun festivals this summer, a bunch of music festivals, and I'm definitely going to try to come out in July. And if I come out, maybe we can grab lunch or something.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've already got something planned
Yeah.
for you, so
Okay, cool. So I make sure my manager let you know about that. But I'm definitely going to be coming over touring or what have you in the fall. But I'm looking to come a little bit before then. Y'all got some amazing creatives and producers over there too that I love working with. Actually, my project that's about to come out on I got a record with some people from London.
okay, okay, oh,
Yeah, yeah, I love London.
brilliant. And I mean, I was in LA and Vegas, LA, Atlanta, San Diego.
Okay,
I did a bit of a mini tour, so
okay.
I just loved the experience of everything. But it's been a
Mm-hmm.
pleasure talking to you because you also, you're a messenger as well as you well know anyway, of
Yeah,
many levels, and hopefully a lot of young people, well, not young people, because it doesn't mean that because it's our age that we've arrived. Your message,
yeah.
and your voice is absolutely incredible. So
I appreciate you.
keep doing what you're doing, and looking forward to
Yeah.
find out more about your project when it comes out at the end of this year, later on this year.
And I
Thank
appreciate you for interviewing me. I appreciate you so much. And I'll make sure we'll be reaching out and letting you know the release date and when I'm coming to London.
Brilliant, fantastic. Well, take care
Thank you.
and keep
Yeah.
bless you. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye bye. All right.